All right. Welcome to yoga. We're going to have a stretchy class today. That is the plan. Have a strap, have a block. We're going to start laying down. That's the vibe. Get yourself laid down. Have a strap nearby. We're going to call on that in a little while. And just lay yourself out on the mat. And we're just going to stretch through one side and then the other. So reach the hands behind you and then point down through the right toes and stretch those right fingers away from you, and then switch up left side, and then just work through this a couple of times, just finding as much length as you can on your mat, and then starting to turn that gaze inwards and notice the breath. As you start to move through one side of the body and then the other, really allow that breath to fill up through the chest, through the belly, and then release. And then once we've finished lengthening on the mat, could not find the right words, we're just going to allow that breath to release and just soften everything through the body. Shoulders are relaxed, the neck is relaxed. Maybe the tongue rolls back slightly, jaw slightly parted, nice relaxed jawline. And we're just going to take some time to take some even breath onto the mat. Option here to take the arms down by the side of you if that's more comfortable, or you can take the arms down to cactus arms if you want to just open up across the chest and through the shoulder space. So your choice, do whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe just let the feet just tip out so that the ankles are nice and relaxed. And just noticing the feel of the contact points between the body and the mat, growing heavier with every breath that we're going to take. Every exhale, we just embed ourselves a little bit deeper down into the mat. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to maybe follow my pattern, but maybe not. That's fine too. You can always just do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hopefully the body is feeling heavy against the mat. Hopefully the jaw is relaxed, shoulders relaxed, ankles relaxed. Maybe using this opportunity, calm breath, calm mind, to set yourself an intention for today's practice. Holding it there in your mind's eye. Visualizing it with the breaths in and the breaths out. Okay, when you're ready, we're just going to take the arms behind you, reaching for that back wall. We're going to send the hips to the right side. We're going to take the ankles and the hands over to the left. We're in a blown palm position. We're allowing that right hip to just drive down into the mat. Then we've got that deep stretch from fingertips all the way down the right side towards the right heel. Just going to keep the ankles side by side to start with, allowing that right hip to move down towards the mat. The gaze can be softened or the eyes closed. Just relax into this move and just starting to allow the breaths to help deepen the stretch. The inhales, the belly is going to lift, chest lifting. And then the exhales, perhaps that right hip can just move down slightly more purposefully towards the mat. If you feel that you have more space, you can cross that right ankle over the left. Careful that that kneecap doesn't start to lift up. We're just allowing the body to soften into this side body stretch. Maybe left hand takes right wrist, drawing that right arm over a little bit more. And settle in with the breaths. Exhales, maybe you start to just move that right hip a little bit further down. And then let's make our way back through to center. Draw that right knee in towards that right shoulder. Interlace the fingers just below that right knee and draw the knee past the ribs in towards the shoulder. Going to start to push through both heels. Shoulders are backing down, chest nice and open. We're going to keep the weight distributed equally across the hips. So if you start to roll to one side, see if you can straighten yourself back out again. And then releasing here, we're going to take out that right foot to the inner left thigh, come to a tree pose. Allow the right knee to just drop out, maybe pop a block under for some support. Take the arms out as cactus arms. We're going to push very slightly the backs of those forearms down into the mat so we can lift the chest a little bit. Draw the core in and down so we can protect that lower back. And then the chest, not the chest is going to lift to the chin, wrong one. Chin is going to move slightly towards the chest to lengthen through the neck. Okay, from here, use the right hand to support that right leg back up and then cross it across the body and over to the left side and come into a twist. We're not looking to find our edge. We're looking to just be comfortable with this movement and deepen that stretch through the glute and the IT band. On that right side, right arm can extend away from you, gazing over the right fingertips. Again, using that exhale just to move a little bit more deeply into the pose, but you're really, really protective of your edge here. We don't want to be straining. We don't want to be holding our breath. We don't want our jaw to be clenched because it's feeling hard. We want to be kind to ourselves. And then from here, let's come all the way back out, back to center, and then extend the legs away. This time round, we swing the hips over to the left-hand side, the hands and the feet over to the right. Start by heels side by side, draw that left hip down into the mat, and just focus in on the breath moving through the body. The ribs beginning to expand on the inhales. Exhales, maybe you move deeper into the mat. And then if you have some more space, left ankle can cross over the top of the right. Maybe right hand takes left wrist, drawing that arm over the top just a little bit more. Left hip moving down into the mat. And then we've got that left shoulder away from the ear. Nice deep breaths, ribs opening and closing as the breath freely flows through the body. Okay, I'm going to uncross those ankles, come back into the center of the mat. Left knee comes in towards that left shoulder, just moving past the ribs, pushing through both heels. Chest is open, shoulders are back and down. Chin moves slightly towards chest, lengthening through the neck. Okay, let's come into our tree. Left foot comes into the inner right thigh. Left knee comes out. Use a block if you need to bring the floor to you. And then find your cactus arms. Backs of those forearms push down into the mat. We lift the chest ever so slightly to open across that chest. And then draw the core in and down. Chin moves slightly towards chest. Push through the right heel. If you notice that you're really gripping through that left knee, then pop a block underneath the knee just to give it a little bit of support, finding it just a little bit easier on the body. Okay. And then use that left hand to just support the knee back up, and then draw that right hand across to the outside of the left thigh and bring it across the body to the right side. Left arm comes away from you, gazing towards those fingertips if it feels good. The inhales, you lift a little, and the exhales, maybe you come a little bit closer towards that right side. And then slowly and carefully making your way all the way back. From here, we're going to extend the right leg to the ceiling, take your strap, hook the foot, and then just allow a little bit of a switch up between passive and active. So we start in a passive position, draw the strap in towards the body, elbows are down by the side of you, shoulders are back, we've got an open chest. Use that strap to push against, to just push that heel towards the ceiling. Finding a nice deep stretch down the back of that right leg. Bent knee or straightened knee, it doesn't matter. It's the stretch that's going to work for you. And then we're going to move into a more active pose. So we're going to just lightly just loosen the grip on the strap. Lower back's going to push down into the mat, drawing the toes to the back wall. Noticing how heavy a leg can feel, and then taking the strap once again, slightly more passive stretch. Okay, let's go again. If you're up for it, we can release the grip on that strap, drawing the toes towards the back wall, heel to the ceiling, lower back pushing down into the mat, and then take that strap again. All right, from here, we're just going to just work a little bit of strength, not too much, just a little bit. You can do it as much as you want. So you can have the strap in your hands and it can be entirely supported or assisted. Otherwise, you can loosen that strap, light grip, and then lower that right heel down to a hover and then lift. We're really working into the core here. And we'll go for 10, for 9, for 8, remember it can be as assisted as you like. 7, 6, 5, push that lower back into the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that heel lifting to the ceiling. Let's swap hands. Right hand takes the strap, left arm comes away. Open that right leg out to the right side. See if we can keep the hips level. If you start to roll over, then you can always find maybe an edge of a sofa or something to give you a little bit of support and lift that heel for you. Keep pushing that right heel away, deep stretch through that inner thigh on that right side. Okay, and then we're going to swap that grip out, bring the leg back to center, left hand takes the strap, and the right arm can disappear away from you. Bring that right leg across to the left side, push through the heel, nice stretch into the IT band, start looking towards the right fingertips if that feels good. And then gaze to center, your right leg comes back to center, and let's get rid of that strap. Okay, from here, let's switch out. Right leg's long, left leg takes the strap. We start to push the heel to the ceiling. That right foot is pushing away, heel is pushing away. And then we're drawing the strap into the body, shoulders back and down, nice open chest. Heel pushes to the ceiling, toes towards the back of the wall or back of the room. Up to you if you keep a bend into that knee or not. And then we're just going to take a little bit of time here to work into that passive stretch. When you're ready, push that lower back into the mat and engage the core, and then you can release the grip on the strap and take the toes towards the back of the room, and then take that strap again. Take a moment, noticing the difference. Passive and active makes such a difference. You realize how heavy the leg becomes when you're relying solely on the strength of your core, really. Okay, let's go again. Let's release the grip on that strap as much as you're comfortable with. Engage the core, toes towards the back of the room. And then take that strap again. Be grateful for it. Keep pushing that heel to the ceiling, toes to the back of the room. Nice length down the back of that left leg. And then let's take the strap into into both hands, sorry. Going to work through the core a little bit. Again, as assisted as you would like. We're going to lower the left heel towards the mat and hover, and then lower back pushes down as we lift the leg back up. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Try not to use momentum, but use some strength. We go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With that leg lifted, we're going to take the strap into the left hand. Right arm comes away from you. Open that left leg out. Push through the heel. Keep the hips nice and level. If we start to roll over, see if you can prop that heel up on something. Maybe a sofa. Maybe I don't want to say a cat, but cats will not be dictated to. We all know that. Take a gaze towards those right fingertips if that's comfortable for you. And then that left leg comes up and over. Take the strap into the right hand, left hand can come away. And we take that leg across to the right side. Keep pushing through the heel. Find that nice stretch through the IT band. Up to you whether there's a bend through the knee or not. Maybe that will change the stretch for you. Play into it, see how that feels. And then gaze to center, bring that left leg all the way back up. and then release the strap. Let's take the knees above the hips as legs at right angles. Take the hands to the knees. We're going to bring the knees in towards the shoulders, part those legs, and then send them over the legs away. So we're moving through circles in the hips. Bit of sneaky core, sorry about that. We're going to push that lower back down into the mat and make sure that we're really secure through the core so that those legs can go further away. And we'll take one more in this direction and then come back to center. Push those legs away, take them wide, bring them back in towards the body again. Okay, I'm going to take another 2. From here, just bring the knees in, draw the forehead head up towards the knees. Give yourself a hug together, maybe a little sway on the back, whatever you need just to decompress. And then when you're ready, we're going to rock and roll on the spine. And then cross those ankles and come into a table pose. Hands under shoulders. We've got those wrist creases forward facing, parallel to the short edge of the mat. And we've got our hips over the top of our knees. Okay, from here, we're going to just work through our own cat-cows, whatever that is going to look like for you. We can start with the traditional where we move from the pelvis, we take the gaze to the ceiling, drop the tummy towards the mat. And then as we move through the pelvis, rounding through the spine, take the gaze towards the knees. Push the hands into the mat, find the separation through the shoulders. Okay, if this doesn't serve you today, do as you please. Maybe some circular motion on the mat, maybe bending through the elbows, maybe a little bit of a more of a kind of circular motion. So we're coming back into child's pose. Really, really just do what you feel comfortable with today. Just moving through the spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to pause back in our table position. Okay, from here, we're going to take that right foot through the hands. We're going to come up into essentially our lowered warrior one. Bring the arms up high to the ceiling, rolling the pinky fingers towards one another and draw the shoulders away from you. We're really lifting through the chest, find space through that front body. Okay, we're going to move the back leg as a kickstand, take the hips towards the long edge of the mat, finding a warrior 2, extending the arms away from you. We want to open up through that front thigh. So we're going to really think about opening here. As we open those arms away from you, taking a gaze over those right fingertips. Hold the arms strong. Take the right elbow down to the thigh. Left arm sweeps all the way over the top, taking a gaze towards the ceiling if that feels good. And then that left hand's going to come down, find a gate pose. Right arm comes all the way over and extend that right leg away. Push down through the pinky edge side of that right foot. If you're happy here, stay here. If you've got a little bit more, lift through that right leg. We're going to bring elbow to knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your gate pose. Take a deep stretch here. Start to squeeze the glutes to push the hips forward. See if we can open up more through that front body. And then come all the way back round. Find your warrior 2. Right foot places back down. We're going to open those arms out. Come back, right elbow down, left arm is going to sweep all the way over. Okay, and then coming up, we're going to take the hands down, take the right knee back underneath the hip, come back to your table, and we'll go on the other side. From here, left foot is going to come through the hands. We're going to find our warrior one to start with. The arms come high, roll those pinky fingers in, draw the shoulders away, and then allow those hips to move forward and down. Lifting the chest to the ceiling, find as much space through the front body that you have got. Okay. We're going to open out as we do. That right leg is going to come to a kickstand. We're going to open our arms out as warrior two. Allow that left thigh to really open. Reaching the fingertips forward and back. Take a gaze over those left fingertips. Strong arms here. Keep pushing that front foot down into the mat. We are active, we're not passive. And then left elbow down to the thigh, right arm comes over the top, taking a gaze wherever's going to feel good, maybe towards the ceiling. And then we're going to take that right hand down, find a gate pose. Left arm comes over the top, push down through the pinky edge side of that left foot. Gaze can come back to the ceiling if that feels good for you. And then if you're happy here, you've got a little bit more to give. Lift through that left leg, elbow to knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your gate pose. Squeeze the glutes, allow the hips to just move forward ever so slightly. Nice openness through that front body. And then coming all the way back up again. Bend into that left foot, find your warrior two. Extend those arms away from you. Left elbow comes down and right arm reaches all the way over. Gaze comes wherever feels good. Okay, and then let's take the hands down to the mat. Left knee comes underneath the hips. From here, take the feet together, take the knees as wide as the mat, sink yourself down towards the heels. Find yourself into a wide-legged child's pose. Chest comes down, forehead comes down. If you have space, hands can come together. Pass the hands over the top of the head, thumbs to touch the nape of the neck. Let the belly hang between the thighs. And then pass those hands back down. Let's walk the arms over to the right hand side. Place the left hand on top of the right and then just drop into that left shoulder. Push down into the palm of the hand so that you can weight that left hip back towards the heel. And then walking the hands through center and over to the left side. Place that right hand on top of the left. Drop into that right shoulder. Push through the palm of the hand to get that weight back towards that right heel. And then bringing those hands all the way back through center. Okay, back into your table. From here, we're going to just tuck the toes and hover the knees. And then when you're ready, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Doesn't matter how you get there, but do it safely. Take a nice wide stance, like hip distance apart, so we know that we can be nice and secure. And then take the chest to the thighs, tip the weight forward into the toes so that the sit bones can start to look towards the ceiling. We're going to take opposite elbows, make a little frame around the head, and just sway from side to side. Just drawing the crown of the head down towards the big toes. And then switch the elbow grip out, take the other one. And then pausing, come to stillness, crown of the head reaching down, heaviness through the feet to lengthen through the backs of the legs, releasing the arms. From here, we're going to take the hands to the shins, take a half lift, crown of the head reaches forward. Maybe we take the hands behind us, palms up, just draw the shoulders away from you, almost pushing the chest forward. Lowering down, chest to thighs, take a forward fold here. Okay. From here, we're going to take a large step back with the left foot. Going to heel toe that right foot to the edge of the mat so that the right hand sits within the foot. Push back with that left heel. From here, if you've got long arms, perfect. If you want to block under that left hand, you might want to do that too. We're going to open out the chest to the right side. So bringing the chest around, take the right arm high. Bringing the chest back to center, going to drop the back knee down, untuck the toe. Hand comes to the inside of that right thigh. We're going to start to just draw the chest up towards that top corner of the room. Maybe the sole of that right foot lifts just a little bit. If it feels comfortable, great. If it doesn't, don't do it. We're lifting the belly button forward, lifting the sternum towards the top corner of the room. And we're bringing that belly button forward so that we can find that deep stretch through the hip flexor. Open across the chest, lifting, starting to turn the chest around to the right side, slowly, carefully, making sure that it feels good for you. Coming all the way back to center. We're going to shift the weight over that left knee, draw the toes up on the right side, move the belly out of the way, start to hinge over the top of that right leg in a half splits. Always using a block for balance if you need it. Lengthening chin towards the top of the mat. See if we can keep that right hip, bringing it in towards the body. If you start to twist around, see if you can reset the hips and bring them back. Okay, bend through that right knee, come back to where you were, switch the block to the other side. Hands are going to come down. We want that foot back into center, right of center. Hands come down, tuck the back toes, and then lift the left foot to the top of the mat. You're back in your forward fold again. Weight comes down into the toes, tip the weight forward, crown of the head reaching towards those big toes. Really feel that stretch through the back of the legs as you begin to look the sit bones towards the ceiling. And then we begin to lengthen through the legs. Take a half lift, hands to shins, crown of the head reaching forward. You look like a right angle from the side. Shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades tucked back. And then forward fold here, chest towards thighs. Okay, we're going to take a large step back with the right foot this time. Use a block to bring the floor to you if you need it. We're going to take that left foot to the edge of the mat. Okay, from here, we're going to start to bring the left arm up, open the chest around to the left side, reaching up, gazing up if that feels good. Okay. We start to turn the gaze back to center, take the back knee down, untuck the toes, and then this is where you really have to feel into your own body. Left hand comes to the inner left thigh as we bring the belly button towards the top corner of the room. We start to move the ribs around towards the left side, and maybe the sole of that left foot begins to lift. And then gaze is going to come wherever's going to feel good for you, but find as much space as you can. Okay, we're going to bring the gaze back round again. Once we're there, we're going to shift the weight over that right knee, toes on the left side to the ceiling, hips nice and level. We move the belly out of the way, begin to fold down. Keep the chest lifting and long, crown of the head reaching forward, chin coming towards the top of your mat. Draw that left hip in. If it starts to twist around, draw it back into the body and then come down. Finding that stretch through the back of that left leg. Okay. And then bending that left leg, plant that foot down, bring it back into left of center, hands come down. Let's take that left knee back into our table position. From here, let's cross over the ankles and extend the legs away from us. We're going to cross that right leg over the top of the left. We're going to lift up nice and tall. Use that right hand behind you as a prop. Okay, if you need to sit on a block to give yourself some more space, then do. Options here, you can either hug that right leg in towards you and draw the ribs around as you take the gaze behind you. You can always bind with your elbow against that outer right thigh, spread through the fingertips and begin to use the purchase to draw yourself around. That left foot needs to be active, be pushing the heel away, toes to ceiling. Whatever's going to work for you here. Keep pushing that right hand into the mat to lengthen the spine. So if you find that you're leaning backwards, then just take that grip and give that right leg a hug. We want to make sure we've got a long spine, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. Those exhales, those ribs come round a little bit more, shifting the belly out of the way. Okay, we come back to center and switch out. Right leg long, left leg comes in close towards the body. Use that left hand to prop you up. Remember, crown of the head reaching high. If we start to roll back, we know that we need to change our position a little bit. Either hug that left leg in, or you can always take that right arm past the knee to draw it into the body. Twisting round, crown of the head lifting. Use that left hand as a prop. Okay. I'm going to give it another breath here. And then coming back to our center. Take the feet flat, knees to pointed to the ceiling. Just give yourself a hug together. Forehead can come to the knees, round through the spine. Allow the stretch of the skin against the spine to just feel the deepest as you inhale. And then as you exhale. Okay, we're going to get down to the mat in a moment, but we're going to go through boat. If you do not care for boat and you do not want core, there is no judgment here at all. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. If you need to use your hands to prop you up, then you can. We're going to lift the shins. We're going to take the hands alongside those shins, and we're going to aim chest towards the thighs. Okay. From here, we're just going to start just warming up our boat. Just drop one foot and then the other. So we're going to take the right foot down and then the left foot down. Okay. We're just going to play into this for a moment or two. Keep that chest lifted. Keep that belly, I don't say belly, no, chest moving towards the thighs. And then I wonder if we can extend one leg away and then the other leg away. Okay. So we're just, again, keeping that boat floating. Try not to use momentum. The slower you go, the more you're going to have to rely on your strength. And that's when we can really start to feel the difference. Okay. Come back to your boat, nice and still. Can we then lift the chest to the thighs just a little bit more? Okay, perfect. And then we're going to just send the feet away and then come back together. And we'll just go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The slower we go, the harder it should feel. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet down, give yourself a big hug together. Allow that nice stretch across the spine, forehead to knees, round through, maybe a little shift from bum to bum, bum to bum, butt cheek to butt cheek. Okay, I am well and truly ready to lay on my mat. If you want to come down through dish, you know where to go. If you are done, get yourself down onto your mat and reap the rewards of your hard work. Okay. Come down onto your mat, maybe pop on a jumper or a blanket or whatever you might need. Just take a moment to just start to allow the body to decompress. So maybe some sways from side to side on that lower back, maybe some windscreen wiper legs. Might start to feel, might start to relax the lower back a little bit more. You've just done some core work, which is always super fun. Just working into whatever your body is going to need to allow you to settle. And then once you're happy, find the place you can rest in. So maybe the feet are flat, the knees to the ceiling, and the knees just fall in. Maybe you are laying legs out. Allow the ankles to relax. Feet can drop out. Maybe the hands are above you or arms above you, or maybe cactus arms, or maybe they're just down by the side of you and palms up. So many options. Find a place where you can just rest. Okay. And then with the eyes closed, I'm going to start to just imagine that we are out in a starry night. We have gone out with the thickest coat on and the scarf wrapped tightly and pulled right up to our eyes. Our hats are pulled down tightly, and only a tiny whisper of air can be felt around the eyes. Our gloves are pulled on, the winter boots on too. And as we start to take a walk into the night, the flutters of snow begin to fall. The cold air barely touches us. We take one crunchy foot in front of another. It feels crisp and cold, but yet you are warm and toasty. One step in front of the other. You notice those little snowflakes falling one at a time, with seemingly nowhere to go but to create a little carpet in front of you. There's not much going on in the sky, but this beautiful flurry, cloudy stars, white wispy flakes, and a steady, soft whisper of a breeze. You stand still, looking in amazement. That childhood excitement runs through you once again, as only the snow can do. Your mind starts to picture the morning and what it might look like, the fun you might have, the snowmen you might build. And for a moment, you just smile, pausing in the quiet of it all, almost rooted to the spot, growing heavier as your feet begin to disappear amongst those many tiny, perfect snowflakes. You know it's time to go home now. As you do, you turn around slowly, crunching one foot down and then the other. The sound just about makes it through your woolly hat. And as you arrive home, the key gently goes in the lock and you step into a warm, warm home full of love, support, and you know the joy that tomorrow will bring. Beginning to bring yourself back to the moment, the warm home that you are in right now. A wiggle of the toes, the movement of the fingertips. And then when you're ready, slowly and carefully make your way back to seated, and I will be there.